Well, there is an awful lot of journals there. We'll see, shall we? Let's get going. Hi everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? Well, this is finally my planner lineup for 2022, and you can pick yourself up off the floor now you fell off your chair, because yes, there is an awful lot there. They're not all planners. Some of them are reference binders. Some of them are dated, some of them are notebooks. There's a bullet journal, there is rings, there's traveller's notebooks. Okay, so I'm going to go through each one, but not in a great depth. I'm just going to show you what is here and what I'm using them all for. So let's get going, shall we? So the first thing I wanted to show you was this. So I got a piece of paper, and on it I wrote down each of the different focus areas. So you've got my writing home, my craft orchard, personal, and the daisy craft. And then under that I wrote out the planners that I know have been working. So for instance, here is the A4 planner notebook that I made, and I've actually got a video on that which I'll link below to see how I set that up. So that's what I used last year. I've set it up earlier in November, so because it's a business diary, I needed it for now. So I've already set that up, so I know that was working. I also know that what I've been using as a content planner is also working, and I'm happy with my ring binder, my rings for my home, and the bullet journal for my writing. So what I did was I wrote all the things I was already happy with, things I was already using, such as my contact planner is actually an 18-month planner. So that's all still in date, so I've got to use that. What I then did was I had a look at what else I'd got set up or anything else I wanted to use or I'd already bought, and I wrote that down as an idea of what I could use. And then at the bottom here I wrote things that I've got, like my regular monthly Moleskine, which is an 18-month diary, but I was unsure what I'm going to use it for, so I wrote that sort of at the bottom as a reminder that you've got this. Are you going to use it? You're going to give it away? It needs a job basically. Okay, so I did that, and then I put this list away for a week. And I've waited till after my birthday, which was middle of December, and after Christmas, which obviously has just gone. And the reason is my sister, my mom, my husband, my son, everybody knows that I am an absolute journal fanatic of notebooks, pens, all of the things, planners, the lot. And so I never make my final decision on what I'm going to use until after Christmas, because there is almost some sort of guarantee that I will get a notebook or a journal or something for Christmas, my birthday. Now those have gone, I've made my final decision. So I've then added those things to this list, and I've then let it sit again and I come back to it with a final yes, I definitely know I can use this for this, this. Sort of let my brain go away and think about what I need and what I don't need and all those sort of things. So I've made my list, I've worked out where everything's going to go, and as you can see from this list, this personal column, there's an awful lot of stuff in there, but I'm not going to be using all of these every single day. There are only going to be a few of these I use every single day. What I've also then done is I made another list of my focuses, and then my challenges that I'm thinking I'd like to have a go at this year, you know. So for instance, under my home I've put my Fly Lady 31 baby steps, and at some point I'm going to want to do a reset. I don't know when I'm going to do these, I haven't decided exactly, but I've just done a brain download and a brain dump of things that, you know I'm going to want to have a look at. Junk journaling, One Book July, that sort of thing, for the writing, NaNoWriMo, etc. And that's just a list of, these are things that are coming up, when are you going to do them? So that sort of goes hand in hand with that. And then finally, I've then got my index cards out, and I've written future, yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly and daily on each of these. And these are cards that I've written on what I'm going to look at when, from this list. So I've used this list to create this one. These cards are changeable. They are going to change as I start doing reviews, as I start working with all of the things that are in that tub that you've just seen, to make a functioning system. So on my future one, I've got things like my 3 to 5 year goals, my 1 to 3 year goals, and 1 year ideas, goals, want to do's and needs to do. So I'll pick that card up, because if you think you've got one card like that to just look at, you can just focus on what's on that card. Then I can go to my yearly and say, right, what do I need to set up to get my year going? Every single one of my focus journals, I need to find out what my word of the year is going to be. I need to do content planning for the year, like a yearly overview type thing, look at my future log and make sure all the birthdays are on that. What am I going to be using for memory keeping, that sort of thing. Then on my quarter, I'm looking at my 90-day goals and resetting my Kanban, that sort of thing. Monthly reviews, resetting the Kanban pages, monthly challenge, new moon, full moon, that sort of thing. On a weekly basis, I need to be setting up my week, updating my planners, and I've put a note here. If you look, I've put info to catch in my catch-all planner will be put the larger rocks into the small blocks, what is the focus of the daily, and any red light tasks, you know. And then on a daily basis, it's things like looking at my rapid log, my gratitude, focus of that day, any memory keeping that needs to be done, red light tasks, and my oracle cards, which I'll come back to in a minute. Okay, so that's sort of my thought pattern, how I've come to this big pile of journals that you've seen. So let's start. This, I think, is going to be a 2 video setup because of the length and because there's so much to cover. I'm going to look at my dated planners first, I think. Now these are things that have come across from last year. So this one is my Daisy Craft planner, and I've already set that up in a video. Let me quickly just show you a page again. This is May, where I've got all of the dates printed off Calopedia on there, and then like a monthly overview, and one for each month, and then right at the back there's loads of notepaper, and that's just in a ring bound. There is a video on this, I'll link it. And then, so that's my Daisy Craft planner. Okay, the next one, this is my content planner, and this is my content stuff as well. So this is all my craft orchard. So this is an 18-month planner which I picked up out of HomeSense, and it was actually a Sunday start. And as you can see, it's lovely rainbow colours. We've got July tabs all the way down. I've added some pages in the front, little pocket and things to put post-it notes on. And this is an Ecolo Limited is responsible for this one. I'm not going to show you because this is all the beginning of the year. Let me show you August. So you've got your tab, which has got a nice word on and a saying, and then you've got the overview. So you've got your August goals, to-dos, reminders, and then this was said birthday, so I just put a priority sticker over it, and then it goes into the month. And it was actually a Sunday start, and I work on a Monday start, but I love this planner so much, so I did a bit of Franken planning, and I've just put out the so it would have been Sunday to Saturday, and then it that would have been notes. So I've moved the notes over here, and I've just whited out the numbers and anything there, and then I've drawn in the Sunday here. Okay, so that's a month, and then it goes into the weeks, and it's nice because you've got lined and then you've got bullet points there, reminders for the week. And I use that to write out when I'm filming, when I'm editing, and that sort of thing. I also intend to use this as a bit of a catch-all for all the social media that I'm trying to get off the ground this year. So that's that. And then this is a rings, and if you remember from the beginning of the year, I actually set this up as a planner, and I can't remember what it is. I will link it below. But this was off Amazon, and this is absolutely great. As a planner, I just love the colour and the texture, and there's a lot of notes and all sorts of stuff that haven't been processed because I've just been throwing stuff in. I haven't set it all up properly, but I've got normal dividers, and this is where I'm keeping things like notes for videos, ideas for the year, future ideas for videos and that sort of things, projects, to-do lists, hashtag lists, you name it. That's where that's all going. So that and that go to combine to make content planning, calendar and notes section, that sort of thing. That's my content, and that's Daisy. So that's my craft orchard, Daisy. That's 2 sections. We're going to now look at my home one, and I picked this one up. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Again, I had this off Amazon, but it's a clear jelly cover rings, but it's got all these sequins in it. Oh, it's so pretty. I just love using this, and it's not too floppy either. And in here I've put some dividers that I had around. I'm going to be tracking food expenses. This is a bit of memory keeping for Harry's holidays and the school calendar, obviously. I've then got a monthly overview page that I've set up myself. I've used a sticker on a blank piece of paper and then put a nice sticker on, and on each of these pages I'm going to do things like, for instance, February would be Valentine's Day, March will be our wedding anniversary, July will be Harry's birthday, that sort of thing. Just things, because this is the home journal, so things to remember such as birthdays and things I need to meal plan for. I've then got a weekly calendar in here, which actually starts this week, which is good. Started last week. So I can, in there I can put things like what we're going to eat, what things need to be done around the home, which zone I'm on this week for my fly lady cleaning, any cleaning tasks, that sort of thing on there. I've got my 31 baby steps set up, printed out, my zone section, and then I've got a page for each room. So I've got Harry's room, the kitchen, hallways, living room, of things that need to be done, such as painting, sealing the bath, that sort of thing. And then a big note section at the back for anything else that comes along. And that's working quite well. I also am going to be putting a section in there for any recipes, and I'm hoping to also put a list of favourite meals. So that's just something I want to be setting up in that one. So they're dated. And what else is dated? That one's dated. Oh, I've got quite a lot of dated ones here. This one is a B6. Again, it's an 18-month one, which is in a Moterm cover that my sister gave me for my birthday last year. And this is, I forgot its name, a Legami planner from Italy. And the paper in this, as you can see, is a lovely cream colour. It was 18 months, but what I've done is, where the extra months are that I'm not going to use, like July and August and that sort of thing, I've just pasted in a piece of lined paper for me to use as note paper. And I've got the months at the front, some more, and then we've got a week on one side and note paper on the other. And this is actually my workshop craft club planner. As of this of January, I'm actually starting to teach crafts again, and the council are setting up a craft group in the area which I'm helping out with. So that's going to be for that. So I'm going to be able to write down what we're going to do each week, what tasks need to be done for whatever's going on. So that's that one. Again, no prettiness in there yet. I have this one, which is a Moleskine monthly. So you've got your month and then a page in a month, and this is a pocket size. I also have this in the regular size as well. Oh, fighting with elastic. Have this in the regular size as well. So the regular one, as you can see, I put some nice stickers on, and this is my future log. So this is the go-to place for everything. So I will sit down with this, and this is where I look at the future things. So I go through the whole year, put all the birthdays in, craft clubs, meals out, weddings, high days, holidays, all of that on the calendar section. And then under this bit I will then write tasks that need to do. So any particular events like half term, Halloween, this is last October, and then I'm going to need to do my half term planning, start Christmas planning, my quarterly review, VAT returns, and that's the sort of reminder list that this is coming up. And I will do that for the whole year, and then there's some note paper at the back right up to December. So the whole year will have all this information put in and thought about. So when I come to the beginning of the month, I can look at that and go, oh yeah, I was going to do that then, I'm going to do that then, I'm going to do that then. And then the rest of the page, once it's all finished, I haven't done July's, October's, sorry, I will then go back in with a few stickers, and I will probably journal, do a monthly review if there's page or space to do it. And as you can see, I haven't done much, but I can go back and I'll do that. I really like that one. So that's what that one's for, the regular. This one is actually going to be for my daily oracle reading, monthly, etc. I was bought these from my husband for Christmas, and they are fabulous. They are like oracle cards, and they look at various things. I'll go into this a bit more detail, but I'm going to use this to record what card I pulled each day, and then the pages, the double page, I can then do a monthly spread from this, and then write down what was said, and then I can review it to see if it was right, etc. So that's that one. Oh, how many more dated ones have I got? Four. There's an awful lot of dated calendars this year. This one was brought to me by my son for Christmas, and being brave is easy. I love that. Just love that. And that's Bambi, Disney Bambi. And this is a daily journal. And I'm going to be using this. I'm going to decorate, going to spend, beginning of the month, I'm going to just decorate every single page. So it's all set up. And this is going to sit by the bed. And every evening I'm going to write my gratitude in there. Anything, you know, sort of memory keeping events that I want to happen that's happened that day. And then I'll probably put some post-it notes in, because you know what happens when you start thinking about things, to-do lists and all that sort of starts coming up. So if I put some post-it notes with this, then when those thoughts occur, I can just write them on instead of in the journal. So that's going to be like a gratitude daily journaling. This one my husband bought me, a bit of a surprise, because I'd actually bought this one to do the same job as this one. But he said, oh, I thought that would not be nice in your handbag, which it will. So this is just a weekly diary, which I'm going to use as my everyday carry, and I'll put a couple of post-it notes in there for to-buys and notes and that sort of thing. Which means this one I didn't have a use for, but I'm going to use this to track my health. I'll actually put post-it in there to saying health. So things like when my monthlies are, if I'm having mood swings, if I get a headache, and just sort of, you know, feeling unwell, having a look at things, just to track how I'm feeling, and if there's anything triggering anything. I'm not ill. I'm actually a very, very healthy person. I very rarely get colds and things like that. But it is sort of nice to sort of track things in case things do start going a bit away, particularly as we're still having a pandemic. And I recorded when I had my jabs, my booster jab and all of those sort of things. So having something like that to remind me when those sort of things happened, and when I went to the dentist is quite useful, I think. And then this one, I've actually filmed the setup of this already. This is my budget, my pocket money planner. Okay, so I will be putting the video of this out in the next few weeks. This again is a dated planner with the weeks, and this is part of my pocket money series that I'm doing here on YouTube, and I'm going to be using this to show you examples of how to use some of the things that I buy for my pocket money and that sort of thing, and use it as a more of a test bed demonstration type thing. But I do like the cover of this, so it might not live in here. This cover might get swapped out. Okay, so there's all my dated planners. In the next video I'm going to show you all my undated planners, because we are actually only halfway through that stack. Okay then, so I hopefully will see you in the next video for what else is coming up for 2022. My craft orchard, where skills and ideas can grow. I'll see you soon. Bye.